Hello students, Standard 9. Your supplementary book, that name is Moment, in which we started our first chapter, The Lost Child. It is a legend about a boy who went into a fair with his parents and he demanded many things. I want that and I want this. But his parents could not fulfill his wish. At that time, the child lost by his parents. And then he realized that I don't want anything, but I want my parents back. So, it is a realization of adulthood. When you demand your parents many things, I want that and I want that. But when you lose from that, when you go away from that, you just need your parents, no one else. So, it's a lesson about respect of your parents, about demand. It was a festival of the spring, from the wintry shadow of narrow land and alley, immersed again in unity. It means all are eager to go into the fair. Some walked, some rode on the horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock cart. One little boy ran between his father's leg. A boy who was very little and who ran with his father in the fair, bringing over the life and laughter. He was very happy at that time, and his life was the happiness of the boy. Come, child, come. Called his parents as he left behind. Fascinated by the toys in the shop lying, he hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. He was in a hurry and he wanted to go at somewhere. The place is already decided and that's why his legs are hurried. His eyes still linking on the recording toys. As he come to where they had stopped to wait for him. He could not suppress the desire of his heart. Even though he went on, he knew old stare refusal in their eyes. Whenever he demanded anything from their parents, they refused about things. I want that toy, he pleaded. His father looked at him, red-eyed, in his familiar parents' way. His mother, married by the free spirit of the dead and tender, and giving him her a finger to hold. At that time, his father gave him the finger to hold that, so that the child is not lost from him. Look, child, what is before you? It was flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold. As it swept across the miles and miles everywhere, he take him to the ground and show him that with the ground how nice it is. A group of dragonflies were brushing about that, wearing purple wings, interpreting the flight of the lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness of the flower. The child followed them in the air with his gaze till one of them would shift its wings and rest. And he would try to catch it, but it would all go flaring up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hand, then his mother gave up, casually called, "Come, child, come on the footpath." When he was lost in anything, his mother called him back there and said that, "Come with me." He ran toward his parents' grave and walked abreast of them for a while. Bill, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were peeping out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Come, child, come. His parents called from the side of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a bed. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the room, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hand. But lo, he heard the creak of doors and ran toward his parents, shouting, "The door, the door." The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hand. At that time he was demanded from his parents. Come, child, come. Whenever he demanded anything, his father or mother tell that it is not good for you, it is that and it is this. They called to the child, who had now gone running in the wild cactus now, the banyan tree, and gazing him, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair, through the mustard field. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths of the church, covering the whole of the fair, and felt once repelled and frustrated by the confusion of the world was angry. A sweet mixed salad of gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. At that time we went to the sweet shop. Corner of the entrance and crowd pressed round the counter at the food and agriculture of many colors, decorated with leaves of silver and golden. The child stared open-eyed and mouth watered from the barfi and his favorite sweet, "I want coffee." He slowly murmured, but he half knew as he backed his pet would not be hidden because his parents would say he was greedy. At that time he was not demanded for the barfi because in his mind it was the thought that if he demanded for the barfi, his parents thought that he was greedy. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. A flower seller thought, a garland of gulmohar. The child seemed interestingly drawn. He went toward the basket where the flowers lay hidden and half murmured, "I want that garland." But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy those flowers because they would say that they are the cheap. So without waiting for an answer, he went on. He moved on. Now, he was not demanding anything. He curiously just see the things and passed on the time. A man stood holding the pole was 50, carried away by the rainbow glory, desired to possess them all. The many colors of balloon like yellow, red, green, purple, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloon because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. So he walked further. A snake charmer stood playing flute on a snake, which coiled itself in a basket. It ear-dressed in a graceful bag like the neck of a swan, while the music shone into its invisible ears like the gentle living of an invisible waterfall. The child went toward the snake charmer, but the knowingly his parents had forbidden him to hear such calls, music and snake chatter played. He proceeded further. He did not listen carefully and he went from there. There was a carnival bird in full swing. Man women, children carried in a waving motion, slip and cried with dizzy laughter. The child watched them intently and then he made a bold request. I want to go and drown water. Please, father and mother. At that time, he was said to his father, requested to his father that I want to sleep in his bed now. There was no reply. He returned to his parents. There were no light ahead of him. He turned to look them either aside. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign. At that time, he was departed from his parents. He was lost from his parents. He looked here and there, but there were no sign of their parents. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body. From where he stood, crying in real fear, mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes, wound and fierce. His flushed bold face was convinced with fear. At that time there was fear in his mind. Panic-stricken, he ran to the side first, then to the other, hither and thither, in all directions, knowing not where to go. He ran here and there, but he don't know that where to go. Mother, father, he wailed. His yellow turban came undone, in his clothes became muddy. Having run to and fro in a range of running for a while, he stood defected, his cries suppressed into shouts. A little distance from the green grass, he could see, through his streaming eyes, men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of the bright yellow cloths, but there was no sign of father and mother among his people, who seemed to laugh and just talk for the sake of laughing and talking. He ran quickly again, this time of saying, these people seemed to prodigy every little inch of space. Here also, concentrated with the man, but runs to the man's leg, his little soft lip. Mother, father, near the entrance to the temple. However, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, heavy men facing murderous eyes and hefty soldiers. We saw many dangerous persons around us. Not to and fro from their brutal movement. He might have been trampled underfoot. Had he not screamed with the highest pitch of voice, Father, Mother. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry, stopping with a great difficulty, lifted him up in his arm. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? Somebody asked him that. Whose child are you? The man asked in his clear voice. The child wept more bitterly. Somebody asked him. The tears are automatically more. Then ever now and he only cried. I want my mother, I want my father. The man tried to soothe him, taking him into the river. The man tried to calm down him. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked him as he approached the river. The child's heart flew into 1,000 little shots, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to swing to the ground. At that time, the man who caught that child, he said that, do you like that, do you like that? But the child only demanded for his parents. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child touched his ears with his finger and shouted with double-pitched strength, I want my mother, I want my father. He did not listen to the music. Instead, he demanded with a louder voice that I want my parents. thinking the bright color of the balloon would distract the child's attention and violently. Would you like a rainbow child's attention and peddle this? Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He personally asked. The child turned his eyes to the flying balloon and just thought, I want my mother, I want my father. The man still trying to child happy, wore him to give the flower. So nice, he admired the flower. Would you like the garland of Gulmohar? Everything the man asked the child. The child turned his nose away of the basket and retreated in shock like, I want my parents. Thinking in humor and discontent, charged by a gift of sweets. The man took him to the counter of the sweet shop from where first he wanted a burfi. What sweets would you like, the child? He asked. The child turned to his face of the sweet shop only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. Mulk Raj Anand wrote this story. It is a beautiful story that shows us the relation between the parents and the children. Every time we demanded something from our parents and when they could not fulfill our demand at that time, we are very angry on them, we are frustrated on them. But after some time, we come to know that it was just that love and nothing else we want. We want just that love. Have a nice day.